Chapter 3. Alright, guys, pull your socks up. We are going live in 30 seconds. Shambhavi is broadcast just after she dictated a few do's and don'ts to the three of them and handed them a few questions she would be asking them during the show. Interestingly, she didn't check in case her guest had any further queries. The guests surely anticipated the chance to ask questions and get clarifications. Oh, Terry, Manpreet's jaw almost hit the ground. A silver of ice made its way into his adern blind, freezing the blood in his veins. Amardeep raised his eyebrows and thought to himself, Dude, what the hell you are up to? Happy simply smiled. Manpreet raised his little finger, signaling that all of a sudden he needed to pee. Amardeep blinked his eyes in anger. Manpreet's little finger settled down. Three, two, one, and go! Hello, Chandigarh. How are you doing? I wish you all are in pink and rocking as usual. And as usual, you are listening to your own RJ Shambhavi on our prime time show. बात बाकी तो शुरू करते हैं हमारा ये प्यारा सा program with my special wish to each one of you on this day. A very happy Valentine's Day to you. Ha ha ha. Well, since morning I have been feeling so nice. Everything around me is just colored in red. There is love in the air, outside in the park, on the roads, in the cafeterias, and here in my room as well. हर जगह बस प्यार ही प्यार छाया हुआ है. I'm so excited celebrating this day. I wish plenty of love stories come true this Valentine's season. And I wish today ends on a very special note for each one of you. And I am here to make this day for more special for you because Superhit 93.5 Red FM now brings you the real life characters of the love story which has touched thousands of hearts by now. Yes, I'm talking about the best-selling novel and true love tale as to have a love story, and soon you are going to talk to the actual people who were part of Raven's story. So don't go away and enjoy the spirit of love when we return. Stay tuned. The she, Jip Jap, zoomed her lines with practice is like a newsreader reading from a teleprompter, but whatever she said was completely improvised. She was perfect, energetic, and mind-blowing. That's what Manpreet, Amardeep, and Happy felt as she ended those lines. She scrolled some keys, playing a song, after which she muted the microphone she'd been using. The first song to be played on the show was the romantic English number Paint My Love. Manpreet almost stole a moment to regain his lost breath as he moved closer to Shambhavi. He requested, instead of 30 seconds, can you please let us know a minute in advance? Last one was too fast. Shambhavi beamed her smile with her comforting message. Sure. Happy was trying to cope with the sudden truth of the moment that all of Chandigarh would now be listening to them and that all of a sudden they would become a vulnerable. Soon all of them were seated around the big circular table. Happy sat on the right of Shambhavi and Amardeep toward her left. Manpreet occupied the seat opposite her. The entire audio system which Shambhavi had been operating was in front of her. There was a monitor on which she selected the songs and the ads she was going to play. There were microphones which were centrally placed in a way that everyone on the table could speak into them comfortably. While the three friends were quotations, Shambhavi was in her carefree and ultra-confident mood. One more hour to go and the day's job would be over and she would leave for home. She wasn't very bothered about whether Raven would turn up or not. Ah, the last few lines of the song, Shambhavi slew the volume and moved a few keys on the music console. When they went on air again, Shambhavi introduced Happy, Manpreet, and Amardeep to her listeners, saying that she would start the show with the real life characters of the book and end it with the authors outside the radio station. Shambhavi's voice was reaching almost every listener. This 9 o'clock show had been a big hit in the city, especially among the youngsters. But that night this show turned more special, for it was dedicated to this city best-selling author whose depth novel people had read multiple times. For over a week there had been advertisement on this radio station for the show. As forecasted, super hit 93.5 Red FM saw the TRP skills surging every other minute. More and more radio were tuning tuning in to this station's frequency. The radios in those vehicles stuck in the heavy fog, moving inch by inch on the road of Chandigarh. The radios in each and every hostel room of Chandigarh in Punjab University. The radio in hundreds of cell phones across the city. As soon as the song ended, Shambhavi sprang into action. This time she gave Manpreet a good 60 seconds to prepare himself. And before we talk to them, let me just recap Ravin's story as he narrated it in his first book. The four friends Happy, Manpreet, well known as the MP among his friends, Amardeep, well known as Ramji, and Ravin, get together in Kolkata to mark their first reunion after college. In one of their conversations, they decide to take up the next week subject of marriage seriously. Taking a cue from their discussion, later Raven creates his profile on a matrimonial website on which he finds Khushi. Raven lives in Bhubaneswar and Khushi in Faridabad. Gradually, both Ravin and Khushi get to know each other through their interaction over the phone and in online chat rooms. Soon they fall in love. In their courtship of 8 months, Ravin happens to see Khushi on just two occasions in person. Yet their mutual attraction was so strong that both of them expressed to their respective parents their desire to marry each other. Both sets of parents met each other and finalized their engagement and marriage on 14th Feb 2007. That is exactly 5 years back. Ravin and Khushi were to exchange their rings, but late had planned its own twist. 5 days prior to their engagement day, Khushi's office cab met with an accident. Unfortunately, that accident proved fatal for Ravin's Khushi. 3 months later, to cope with his big loss, Ravens decided to write a tribute to his Khushi, and this is how he penned down his debut novel. I too had a love story. She paused for a while and then continued. It is such a touching tale, but then we are proud of Raven that he was able to share his story, and tonight we are going to celebrate the spirit of his courage. So let's cheer up and go straight to Raven's friends who are in our studio today. So happy, how do you feel about being a part of this book? And tell us more about your friendship with Raven. Did it happen just the way it is mentioned in the book? Oh, so Shambhavi has read the book. Ramji thought to himself, before I answer that. Here is my big hello Chandigarh. Hope you all are enjoying the Valentine's evening. The answer your question, Shambhavi. It feels great to be a part of the book and more importantly to have him as a friend is the greatest of all feelings and I am sure MP and Amardeep will also agree to this. Happy gazed at his friend sitting adjacent to him. Okay, let me ask Manpreet now. Tell me, Manpreet, when did you guys get to know that you were going to be a part of this book? And how did you react when you go to now that this story began with you guys? Manpreet took a breath or two before he spoke. He almost began his answer without dragging hum. But he paused, thinking deeply, after which he got going with his reply. Well, interestingly, I got to know about it. Once the book was in the market, he said. He smiled. His smile indicated Shambhavi's smile. You mean Raven didn't tell you why he was writing? No, he didn't. And had he done that, I would have got my character portrayed in a better way. Manpreet chucked and then added, actually, I was in the US while Raven wrote this book and got it published. How about you, Amardeep? Shambhavi turned her head to probe Ramji. Amardeep continued smiling and clarified the picture, saying only Happy knew about it. For the rest of us, it was a sweet surprise. Giving a naughty look to Manpreet, he added playfully, and I believe Raven has already projected MP's character in a much better way. Everyone laughed. Alright, Fox, we have just begun and we will continue to chat more with our guests on their lives. Raven's life and the novel. I too had a love story. And yes, if you want to ask them your questions, call us at 9892792792. Our lines have just opened. So Chandigarh, keep alive the spirit of Valentine's Day as we catch the first caller among you right after this romantic song. Sambhavi pushed the caller on the console, playing a new song and muted the microphone. It's going well, guys, she announced, congratulating them with a thumbs up sign. They smiled back with hoots of yeah. Shambhavi then pulled out a cigarette case from the drawer under the desk and offered it to the others. They declined politely. Excuse me, then, she said as she made her way out of the room for a quick smoke. I will be back in 2 minutes before the song gets over. But guys, please ask Raven to turn up in the next 15 minutes. The show is turning out to be bigger than what we expected. Amardeep wanted to say something, but Happy placed a hand on his thigh and stopped him. In Shambhavi's absence, Manpreet was the first to admire her. She is hot. Happy looked at Manpreet before turning to catch Amardeep's eye, smiling indulgently. Both gave Manpreet a look that seemed to say, "Dude, you won't change." Asshole Happy murmured Manpreet coquettishly, verified that the mute button had actually been turned on. "What, isn't she?" he said, trying to listen the moment. In a few moments, Sambhavi got back in the room. She was talking on her cell phone. She was still in a euphoric mood about that evening's show being a hit. "You guys try to reach Ravin, na?" she asked, putting a hand over the mouthpieces of her phone before promptly resuming her conversation without bothering to wait for the answer. "No, no, no one answered but Happy gave a worried smile to his buddies, knowing that Shambhavi wasn't looking at them. The song was about to end when Shambhavi lined up some ads to be played in tandem. "Hey, there is our first caller," Shambhavi announced in excitement, seeing the green light blinking on the bottom right of her monitor screen. She waited for an insurance ad to end and then proceeded to receive the call, quickly turning off the mute button. She connected the radio station to Chandigarh. She made every listener hear that one ring before she pushed the receive button. "Hello," she whisked the caller. No response came from the other side. "Hello, who is this?" she asked. This time a sweet voice replied, "Hi Shambhavi, I am Ritika." "Hi Ritika, how are you doing tonight?" Shambhavi was very sweet to her. Very unlike the way she was to Shantanu. "I am doing very good, Shambhavi. I am so excited that my call got connected. I have been trying very second since the time you said your lines are opening." She giggled excitedly, indicating how unbelievable this experience was for her. "So Ritika, tell us, what do you do?" "Shambhavi, I am pursuing BSc from Punjab University." "That's nice. So, are you celebrating Valentine's Day today?" "Yes, I am," came the shy reply. One could sense her shy smile too. "My boyfriend and I have been together all evening, and now we are going to have dinner together." "That's so nice to hear, Ritika. Okay, so quickly ask your question. Before that, tell me who you want to ask this question to." "Shambhavi, I would have loved to ask this question to Ravan himself, but even though he is not present at this moment, I can't help him myself from asking this question to Raven's friend. I have read I Too Had a Love Story scores of time and it has become my favorite book. I have even gifted it to so many people, but every time I complete reading the book, there is a sudden curiosity that takes hold of me. There is this question which hovers in my mind, but then what happened to Raven? I mean, did he ever come out of the tragedy? Where is he now? What is the doing, etc. I want to know from Happy, Manpreet and Amardeep how their friend Raven is doing now. I hope he is doing well. As soon as she completed her question, the line was deliberately disconnected as per usual practice. As the guests questions ended. Shambhavi looked up at the three friends and raised her eyebrows expectantly with a smile on her lips. A strange emptiness followed thereafter. Shambhavi raised her hand and moved her lips to mutely pronounce, "Speak up." She fixed her gaze at Happy, who signed Amardeep to do the needful. Amardeep came closer to the microphone. "Hi Ritika, thanks for your kind words on I Too Had a Love Story." Amardeep's voice became softer as he considered what he had to say next. He continued, "And I'm so that I am going to give you some sad news as the answer to your question, Dragon." Amardeep's voice fluttered. Amardeep held Amardeep's hand supportively. Happy lowered his eyes to the ground, facing no one. Shambhavi stared aghast. All of a sudden, she had her full attention on the three friends present in her radio station and talking to Chandigarh. Amardeep's statement triggered an alarm in her mind about where her shows was heading. Taking a deep breath, Amardeep went ahead. "It's sad news. Our Ravens is not what he once used to be. He is in an unstable state of mind and not doing well. He is suffering from MDD, major depressive disorder. He has been admitted into a rehabilitation center.